Spencer, Iowa on the pole, and outside it's Chris McAtee from Fort Nebraska in the 27. The Reaper from Goodland, the 273 of Chase Clow, and Johnny Thomas from Beatrice, Nebraska, the 45. Row number 2. Row number 3, it's going to be Brian Moore from Ellicott, Colorado, the 69, and Kiowa Higdon, the 17 from Hayes, Kansas. The 6 Emma Mad Dog, Madison Reed out of Stockton. Your 7-car field here for heat number 1. Trying to get the 2024 racing season here in Kansas kicked off, and green flags up in the air. Top 4 going to move on to the tech area. Everybody going to make their way into tonight's main event. Still side by side off through 1 and 2. Now it's going to be Katie DeVries, your race leader down the back straightaway. 3 wide as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes the 17 of Kiowa Higdon. He'll go inside with the 45 machine of Johnny Thomas as they come down the front straightaway. And actually that's going to be the 27 of Chris McAtee. Battle for that 3rd spot. Give it to Kiowa Higdon. Chase Clow in 2nd. Katie DeVries, your race leader. She'll take him down the back straightaway. Still side by side back there. You got the 45 of Thomas and McAtee in the 27. Thomas going to move up now into your 4th spot. McAtee going to go back to 5th. Or 6th, I should say. Madison Reed back there. So they headed through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Madison, we're looking for the 6th spot there. The battle for not last out on the speedway as they come down the front stretch. Katie DeVries, still your race leader, off through 1 and 2. Then it's going to be a 3-car battle for that 2nd spot between Chase Clow with the 273, the 17, Kiowa Higdon, the 45 with Johnny Thomas. Thomas going to go to the back bumper of Higdon, off into 3 and 4. Can't quite get there, just a little bit off the back bumper. Now we'll get the nose looking to the inside. Side by side as they come down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2. So again, everybody will move on to the main event later on tonight. Top 4 going to have to make their way through tech as the 8K of Katie DeVries is going to see the white flag here at heat number 1. One more time around the 3/8 mile oval. So they go off through 1 and 2. Still this 3-car battle for 2nd. Chase Clow right now holding the fort down. Kiowa Higdon trying to figure out which line he needs to take to try to get it done. He's got half a lap to do it. Here in heat number 1, checkered flag, and it's going to be the 8K, Katie DeVries picking up the checker here in heat number 1. 2nd, that's going to go to Chase Clow, Kiowa Higdon, Johnny Thomas, and Madison Reed, the top 5 here in heat number 1. Riley Flores, the 14 out of Hastings, Nebraska. Row 3, it is the Salina native of Kevin Tremblay in the 55K, and from Ogallala, Grant Luge in the 16L. Branston Ardner Jr., the 77 out of Salina, your final starter. Looks like another 6-car field. Should be 7 to start, missing a driver out there on the speedway. Green flag is up in the air as they come down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2 they go. Still side by side up front. Kaylee Richards, Brandon Carmichael down the back straightaway. Riley Flores in that 3rd spot. It's still side by side battle for the race lead. Up the racetrack goes the 24R of Richards. Slides it across the nose. She'll take the lead down the front straightaway. Lead lap number 1 again, Richards. The defending winner here for the Sunflower Classic. Brandon Carmichael in that 2nd spot. Riley Flores, Connor Schween, Branston Ardner Jr., and Grant Luge. Looks like Kevin Tremblay, the gar, with the no call, no show here for heat number 2. The drivers make their way. Single file up around the outside of 1 and 2. Everybody chasing 24R of Kaylee Richards. She'll take him down the back straightaway, pulled away by about 3 car lengths from the now battle between Brandon Carmichael and Riley Flores. They'll battle off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Closest battle out on the racetrack. Connor Schween just hanging back a little bit there in your 4th spot. Branston Ardner Jr. rounding out the top 5. This top 5 all lined up down the back stretch. They will run. Laps winding down here for your compacts. Through 1 and 2 they go. Smooth and steady is Kaylee Richards. She'll pull away by another couple car lengths down the back straightaway. Like last time, you got a 3-car battle here for the second spot as Kaylee's going to see the white flag one more time around. Kaylee Richards, your race leader. White flag in the air here in heat number 2 for your Augie's Repair and Towing IMCA Sport Compacts. Down the back stretch they run. Again, Brandon Carmichael in that second spot. Riley Flores, Connor Schween stacked up there trying to find a way around in the last set of corners. Checkered flag, heat number 2. It's going to be Kaylee Richards in the 24R. Kaylee Richards picking up the win. It's going to be the 12M, Brandon Carmichael, the 14, Riley Flores, the 16C, Connor Schwinn, the 77, Braxton Ardner Jr. We're number 3, Bryn McAtee from Firth, Nebraska, the 16, Zach McLaughlin, 7M out of Ellis, and Caden Murray out of Beatrice, Nebraska. The 9K, your final starter. As drivers getting set to go, another 6 laps here for your compacts. Green flags up in the air. Down the front straightaway they go off into 1 and 2. Side by side as Liebhart looking to the inside of Mortensen for that second spot. Porter and Mortensen now pulling away down the backstretch. Side by side, McLaughlin and Liebhart battle there for 3rd and 4th. Bryn McAtee rounding out the top 5 right now as we finally get a heat of compacts with all 7 drivers making the green flag. Down the backstretch they run. Everybody getting singled out here with plenty of racing room in between in heat number 3. Gage Porter, your pole sitter, still come across to lead the lap off into 1 and 2. Mortensen started outside of row number 1. That's where he'll run. Liebhart started 3rd. Pretty much everybody running right where they started around the speedway, except for Caden Murray up 1 spot. Now here comes the 16 of Bryn McAtee. Looking to the inside here on McLaughlin. Battle for 4th and 5th. Side by side. McAtee going to try to slide on up in there. Can't quite get it done. Once again, back to the inside. Oh, McLaughlin with a bobble. He'll go off the pace now as the 7M machine. Now another one. Here comes the 9K. Caden Murray looking to the inside on McAtee. That's still the battle for your 4th and 5th spot, as it looks like the 7M going to creep it down the back straightaway, and that's going to bring out a caution here. First one of the night going to come in heat number 3 for your IMCA Sport Compacts. 7M, Zach McLaughlin losing power over in 1 and 2. Had a bobble going into turn number 1. Action back on up with Gage Porter, the 69G. Led every lap so far, looking to continue it here in heat number 3. And green flags up in the air as they come back to life down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2. Gage Porter got a great jump. He'll now pull Mortensen by 4 car lengths down the back straightaway. Mortensen going to follow the clutches of Liebhart. So here comes Brock, the 15B, looking to the inside. Mortensen through the middle, white flag up in the air. 1 more lap to go for the 69G of Gage Porter. Porter down the back straightaway. Mortensen, Liebhart, then it's side by side. Caden Murray and Bryn McAtee. Battle for that 4th and 5th spot. Top 4 make it to tech. Checkered flag. Porter, Mortensen, Liebhart, and Bryn McAtee, the 16, getting that 4th spot. Caden Murray, the 9K, going to wrap up the top 5. Heat number 100 supposed to start, and there he is. Going to make his way out onto the speedway. So lights are out. I'm going to get ready to get the sport mods going here. Again, last year, Jeff Hunter Taking the checkered flag for your sport mods, Dustin Daniels, the outlaw. All-time Sunflower Classic Sport Mod winner. Off into 1 and 2 they go. Brennan Nordyke going to be the early race leader. Stover going to slide bottom up to the middle groove. Might get taken 3 wide down the back straightaway. Brendan Nordyke, the 9JR, your race leader. Here comes Doug Beeman looking to the inside. Oh, going to have a car go around. I believe that's going to be the double deuce of Dalton Bell. Going to spin in 3 and 4. See if they can get it fired back up. They'll roll all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get it fired, just like they do. And so far, we stay green. Green flag still up in the air. Here come your race leaders around the 22 of Bell. It's going to be Nordyke, Stover, Hunter Smith up in your 3rd spot now. Doug Beeman, Blaine Lewan, and J.C. Archer. Followed by, again, Bell as he got into, I believe he got into Beeman there, going into 3 and 4 the last lap. He's got in a little too hard, spun himself on around. But again, the young gun, that silver car with the pink mud plugs, the one to keep your eye on, that's the 01 of Hunter Smith. Go down to the inside, down the back straightaway, looking for second on Stover. Lloyd started on the pole, falling back to your 2nd spot. He's side by side with Hunter Smith down the front straightaway they go. Off into 1 and 2. Smith going to now jump to the outside groove. Test the waters on the high side. Get it with the crossover, looks down to the inside. Side by side they go, down the back straightaway. Smith on the bottom, Lloyd Stover through the middle. Side by side, 2nd and 3rd. At the line, still going to be the 7P of Stover in that 2nd spot. Now reminds, here comes Hunter Smith, and he'll get in there a little too hot and heavy. Slides it on up the racetrack, going to scrub some speed, and Lloyd going to go back up into your 2nd spot. Hunter's trying upstairs, downstairs, even through the middle ground, trying to find a way around Lloyd, who's doing a fantastic job here in the 7P. Talking to Lloyd earlier here tonight, he's never really had luck with big shows here at the RPM Speedway. Never really had luck at RPM Speedway in general. Right now doing a great job with 1 more lap to go for the 9JR, Brennan Nordyke. And Lloyd is wheeling and dealing with the National Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago, the 01S of Hunter Smith. They'll go side by side through 1 and 2. Down the back stretch they go. Brendan Nordyke off into 3 and 4, the 9JR. Race leader, he'll see checkers here in Heat 1 for your Sport Mods battle for 2nd. Lloyd Stover is going to move it on up into that 2nd spot. The 9JR, Brendan Nordyke, your race winner, 7P Lloyd Stover, the 01S of Hunter Smith, 24 Doug Bowman, and Blaine Lewan, the 187. Drivers ready to go, 8 times around, a green flag up in the air. Down the front straightaway they go. Drag race between Mifflin and Binkett off into 1 and 2. Brady Binkett going to put the power down. Oh, a little too much power. He'll slide up the racetrack. Brenna Mifflin going to take that lead back. Down the back straightaway, she'll take him off as Jack Kirchhoff going to join the racetrack. Brenna Mifflin, she'll lead lap numero uno. Brady Binkett, Blaine Walt from last to 3rd up here in lap number 1. We have the 3W of Barry Haley, the 3 of Adam Weber, the 1 of Riley Ostowski, and then Jack Kirchhoff. Blaine Walt looking to the inside here on Brady Binkin. Binkin, the hobby stock veteran last year, made a couple runs up here in the Sport Mod before I think deciding that he's just going to try it again next year. Didn't have the great start of things that I think he wanted. Blaine Walt, the Sport Mod veteran here, as a 3-car battle for the race lead starting to brew. Binkin's put together some nice consistent laps. He's ran up almost the back bumper of Brianna Mifflin. She's looking to start 2024 off to a strong note here. It's almost 3 wide out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway they go off into turn number 1. Mifflin and Binkin going to rip it up around the top shelf as there goes the 14W of Walt. Slid it in there on the bottom. A little too dry slick than what Blaine was expecting there. Just kept sliding up the racetrack. Almost found a nice door of the 7-Eleven as they continue to make their way around here. Brianna Laughlin, still your race leader. Brady Bacon trying his best to find a way around the 17M. Blaine Walt in third. Then you're going to have the 3W of Barry Haley. The 3 of Adam Weber. That's your top 5 as they rush across the front straightaway. The 1 of Riley Ostowski and the 88 Jane Jack Kirchhoff making up the field here for heat number 2. Looks like white flag about to come on out. One more time around for the bounty hunter out of Dayton. Brianna Laughlin takes the car off on the 1 and 2. She'll put it right up there. She's going to have the list of female heat winners here tonight. Is looking for number 3. Had 2 of them in your sport compacts. Brianna going to be the 3rd one getting it done here. So girl power showing off a little bit for heat racing action here at the Sunflower Classic. Brianna Laughlin, 17M, the bounty hunter will win heat number 2. 7-11, Brady Bacon in that 2nd spot. 14W, Blaine Walt 3rd. 4th will be the 3W of Barry Haley. And the 3, Adam Weber, your top 5 in heat number 2. Give them a nice little taste of the action. Send them over to IMCAtv. Catch all of our action here this weekend. Lights are out here in heat number 3, the final heat for your sport mods. 8 times around. Danny Conselman, Tyler Watts going to bring him down the front straightaway as we are racing off into turn number 1. Again, the white orange 21H Jeff Hunter, that's last year's defending winner, already going to have some contact off into 1 and 2. Conselman and Watts going to get into it. That's going to open the door wide for Hunter. Jeff's now going to move that 21H machine down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's got 2nd from Watts, looking for the race lead out of turn number 4 as they come down the front straightaway. And Conselman will lead lap number 1. Jeff Hunter looking to the inside, trying to take that spot away. Tyler Watts up top. 3-car battle for the race lead down the back straightaway. No, Watts going to submarine it down the back straightaway. Off into 3 and 4 they will go. Great battle up front. Danny Conselman, Jeff Hunter, Tyler Watts, Ryan Kirchhoff, and Tristan Mikesill, the top 5. Lance Yachmere, Jeff Ray rounding out your field here as they head down the back straightaway off into 3 and 4. Danny Conselman had a good set of 1 and 2. It's got him a little bit away from the 21H of Hunter. As I said that, he slid wide out on the racetrack. Conselman a little bit better through 1 and 2. Jeff Hunter quicker through 3 and 4. Straightaway speed roughly the same here for these 2 drivers. So here comes Hunter trying to get it down around the tires as close as he can. Keep it straight on exit. At the line they go, off into 1 and 2. Jeff Hunter now within striking distance of your race leader. He'll go to the top shelf, lose a lot of speed upstairs as here comes Tyler Watts now. He'll get a good run off at turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 they go. Once again, going to be a 3-car battle for the race lead. Conselman slides it up the track. Jeff Hunter through the middle. Tyler Watts just trying to find which lane is the right lane to get around these 2 up in front of him. His laps are winding down here. Oh, Conselman's going to slide high out of turn number 2. Off into 3 and 4 they go. Here comes Jeff Hunter. Side-by-side battle for the race lead out of turn number 4. Hunter on the bottom. Conselman up top. Drag race off into turn number 1. Danny Conselman's going to win it. Both drivers going to try the top shelf through 1 and 2. Top 3 going to run 3 distinct racing lines. You got Conselman kind of bottom middle. Jeff Hunter through the middle. Tyler Watts tried the top shelf that time around. So we'll look through 3 and 4. Down the front stretch they go. Your race leader, the 4D, Danny Conselman. Here comes Jeff Hunter. Conselman struggling now through 1 and 2, and Hunter now to the inside. Side by side off into 3 and 4 they go, looking for the new race leader out of turn number 4, and new race leader, the 21H of Jeff Hunter. Hunter back to 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Jeff Hunter, he's pulled away by 5 over Danny Conselman and Tyler Watts. His white flag going to go up in the air. 1 more lap to go for the 21H of Jeff Hunter. Off through 1 and 2. Jeff Hunter down the back straightaway. Danny Conselman, Tyler Watts, Ryan Kirchhoff, and Lance Yoxmere. The top 5 is checkered flag out of turn number 4. Oh, car into the wall off of turn number 4. Leaders make their way around. Checkered flag at heat number 3. It's going to be the 21H of Jeff Hunter. 4D, Danny Conselman, the 77W of Tyler Watts. Then it's going to be the 28K, Ryan Kirchhoff, and the 91Y of Lance Yoxmere. Row at number 3, it's the Stallion from Selden, the 37, Jason Rogers. Kyle Clough will line up to his outside, the 11K out of Wallace, Nebraska. Row at number 3. It'll be Joseph Cooper out of North Platte, Nebraska in the 11, and from Belleville to the outside, it's the Fry Man, Tyler Fry in the 55. Row at number 4, it's the Hot Shoe, the 250, Taylor Burkhart, and the 01W, Jacob Woolslaben from, I believe, North Platte, Nebraska for the 01W. Taylor Burkhart, your stock car defending winner here for the Sunflower Classic, and no surprise, you'll see him a little bit later on here tonight. The 99 or the 55 of Mike Nichols, your winningest Sunflower Classic driver with 9 wins for that. Green flag up in the air. Up the hill goes the 25 of Burkhart. He's side by side with Travis Baird. The 25, the 52, just flip them around and you got him. Off through 3 and 4 they go. Still great side-by-side racing action down the front straightaway. Troy Burkhart's going to lead lap number 1. Travis Baird 3 wide as here comes the 11. Something's going to break on the 11 machine. He'll go bouncing up off the top of 1 and 2. And caution going to come out here on lap number 1 for your Advantage Class Plus stock car heat number 1. So 1 lap in the book, 7 more to go here for heat number 1 of the Class 2 Tough to Tame. And it is a loaded heat number 1. And green flag up in the air down the front straightaway they go. Off into 1 and 2. Troy Burkhart's going to get a nice restart. He'll leave the side-by-side battle for your second spot by 3 car lengths down the back straightaway. Jason Rogers trying to move up into that spot. He'll get around the 53 of Baird. Here comes Tate going to the inside on the 55 of Tyler Fry, trying to move up into your 4th spot. Side-by-side for your 4th and 5th spot. It's going to be a 3-car battle for 3rd. Travis Baird holding down the 4th, going to hike up the left front there. Tyler Fry trying to get a good run down the back straightaway, but here comes the 250 of Burkhart. Tate looking to the inside, side by side. And Tate going to now move up into your 3rd spot. 250 on the move. Got Rogers in the middle of a Burkhart sandwich. You got Dad up front. Troy Burkhart down the back stretch, leading by about half a straightaway. Jason Rogers, then Tate and Burkhart. Then we're still side by side back here, 4th and 5th. Can't quite get it figured out as you got Tyler Fry now on the attack on Travis Baird. He'll slice his way up into that 4th spot. 5th will be Baird, then Joseph Cooper, Jacob Woolslaben as they make their way around the 3/8 mile. Drivers make their way down the front straightaway. Burkhart, your race leader. Rogers in 2nd. He's got the back bumper full of Tate. Tate then looking to the back bumper. Likes to shoot it low out of turn number 2. Can't quite get the line hooked up. Down the back stretch they go. Off into 3 and 4. Rogers, Burkhart battle 2nd and 3rd. Tyler Fry lurking in your 4th spot. Travis Baird, your 5th place driver. Joseph Cooper, Jacob Woolslaben. Everybody chasing the nice new wrap, the white, black, and red 25X. Troy Burkhart down the back straightaway. He'll see the white flag one more time around in your Advantage Class Plus stock car heat number 1. So Tate's throwing everything he can, and Rogers might have used up his stuff just a little too much. Here comes Tyler Fry looking to poke his nose into the inside, the battle for 3rd now. Down the back straightaway, off into 3 and 4. Checkered flag up in the air. The Gentle Giant, Troy Burkhart, going to win heat number 1. Jason Rogers, Taylor Burkhart, Tyler Fry, Travis Baird, the top 5. The 19 from Lamar, Colorado, that's Keith Stegman. The 25P, Mike Petersilly out of Hoisington. 19K, that's Colby Stegman out of Lamar. Austin Carter from Jamestown, Kansas in the 63R. And George Ramey out of Wichita, the 55R, making up heat number 2. And green flag up in the air here for heat number 2. Down the front straightaway, we're going to see how the rookie does with the veteran up on the outside. Off into 1 and 2 they go, side by side. No surprise, race leader down the back straightaway. It is Mike Nichols. Nichols takes him off into 3 and 4. Tristan Grape, followed by the 25 of Petersilly, the 63C of Carter. It's your top 4. Then father and son, Colby Stegman, Keith Stegman. Colby's got it now, the baby blue, pink and white 19K up top. Down below his dad, Keith Stegman in the 19 machine. George Ramey, the 55. They're going to make it a 3-car battle back here for that 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. Down the front straightaway they go, off into 1 and 2. Tristan Grape doing a great job here, battling with Nichols for the race lead. Again, Grape, the hobby stock driver a year ago, moving up here to stock cars this year. Down the front stretch they go, Nichols, Grape, Petersilly, and Carter. Then Colby Stegman, George Ramey, Keith Stegman. Down the back straightaway they go, off into 3 and 4. Still looking at Tristan Grape there. He has got veterans all around him. Nichols in front of him, Petersilly back behind him. Petersilly, the multi-class driver, stock cars, late model, modifieds. Holding down the fort here in 3rd in heat number 2. Again, top 4 will move on, or top 4 will go to Tech. Everybody going to move on here tonight. The battle starting to pick up here for 2nd as Petersilly inching just a little bit closer. We'll look at my race pass timing and scoring. No surprise, Mike Nichols is the fastest car out on the racetrack. Mike Petersilly 2nd quick there with a 25.47. Mike Nichols a 21.30. 5.47 for Petersilly, Austin Carter, and Tristan Grape. Those are your top 4 on the MRP speed chart. It's white flag up in the air here for Mike Nichols, off in 1 and 2, looking to be the first driver to go double digits in the win category here at the Sunflower Classic. In 12 races, Mike Nichols has 9 wins coming into this weekend. Checkered flag, and he'll win heat number 2. Mike Nichols across the line, he will go. Mike Nichols, your winner here in heat number 2. Second will be the rookie Tristan Grape, the 25P Mike Petersilly, 63C Austin Carter, the 19K Colby Stegman, your top 5. 2, Nate Deesa from O'Neill, Nebraska, the 31K, and the 12 wide, Johnny Yutterman out of Rocky Ford, Colorado. Row at number 3 from Kearney, Nebraska, it's the 1X of Bo Eggy, and outside the 34H from Colby, it is Doug Holzmeister. Final starter, Chris Oliver from Syracuse, Kansas in that 3 machine. Green flag up in the air as they come down the front straightaway, off into 1 and 2. Gus going to be your early race leader. Kyle Pfeiffer going to take the 54P machine to point. Yutterman back there in 2nd. Down the back stretch they go. Doug Holzmeister slicing and dicing. Made some appearances out in Kokopah earlier this year, sliding around. Holzmeister now going to move up into your 3rd spot. Johnny Yutterman going to go back to 4th. Bo Eggy trying to get around Nate Deesa back there for the 5th spot. Down the back straightaway. Down the front stretch they go. Pfeiffer, Quentin Yutterman, Doug Holzmeister, Johnny Yutterman, and then side by side. Bo Eggy on the bottom. Up top is Nate Deesa back here for your 5th and 6th spot as they head down the back straightaway. Chris Oliver, that 3 machine. Got a great shot for this action here for the 5th spot. Down the front stretch they go, and the round going to go to the 31K of Nate Deason. So the 31K going to get it fired back up again here in heat racing action. It's one and done tonight. Main event racing, they will give you 2 caution flags. It's going to pretty much settle the battle for your 5th spot as Bo Egge's got it right now. He's got Chris Oliver within striking distance as they come down the front straightaway. About 3 car lengths off into 1 and 2 they will go. All that happening, the 34H Doug Holzmeister, he's made his way up into your 2nd spot. Make their way down the front straightaway. You got the Yuttermans going at it. Quentin Yutterman in the 13, Johnny Yutterman in the 12. That's for 3rd and 4th. Down the back stretch, they will run. Drivers looking to the bottom of the racetrack. Johnny Yutterman able to catfish just a little bit better here than Quentin. Down the front stretch they go, off into turn number 1. Just a little bit closer and closer each time, but white flag looking to come on out. Kyle Pfeiffer one more time around here for your Advantage Glass Plus IMCA stock cars. Down the back straightaway, out of turn number 2. Gus takes the field. Off into 3 and 4. Pfeiffer right down around the tires and checkered flag. Kyle Pfeiffer going to pick up the victory here in heat number 3. Kyle Pfeiffer picking up the checkers here in heat number 3. Second will be the 34H of Doug Holzmeister. 13 of Quentin Yutterman, the 12Y of Johnny Yutterman, and the 1X Bo Egge, your top 5 here in heat 3. Lights are out. Gonna try this again. 8 laps, looking for the top 3. Green flags in the air as they go off into turn number 1. Braden Hurley at least paying attention that time as they go off into 1 and 2. Derek Coombs on the outside looking 3 wide back there. Tanner Jones thought about it, then stabbed the brake pedal. Thought a little bit differently there. Off through 3 and 4 they go. Down the front straightaway, lap number 1. It's going to be Derek Coombs, your race leader. Braden Hurley and Rob DeFree sneaking in there to that 3rd spot again, looking for 3. Hayden Orgazolka, that white 17H, will go to the outside. DeFree out a little bit of issue getting up off of turn number 2. Down the back stretch they go. Tanner Jones in tow there. Top 3, oh, hold on, Hayden is going to get a little slideways down to turn number 4. Rob DeFree back into the transfer spot. Down the back stretch they go. Derek Coombs, your race leader. Braden Hurley in that 2nd spot. Rob DeFree, the 3rd transfer here out of heat number 1. Back behind him, Hayden Orgazolka and Tanner Jones. They'll go side by side. Down the front straightaway, Hayden able to hold on to that 4th spot. It's going to be the 11X of Brennan Rich, the 93 Jake Wharton, the 49J Jayla Miller. Got a 2-car battle up here for the race lead, then a single car of Rob DeFree, then a 2-car battle back there for 4th and 5th. Great racing action here for your hobbies. Down the front straightaway. Up the racetrack goes Coombs. Here comes Hurley looking to the inside. Down the back straightaway, side-by-side battle for the race lead off through 3 and 4. 38, Braden Hurley down around the bottom. Derek Coombs upstairs. Drag race to the line. It's going to be Coombs that time. 3 more times around. Off into 1 and 2. Braden Hurley's figured out that bottom spot. He got a good run off of 2 last time. Coombs able to be a little bit more cautious there. We'll see how 3 and 4 goes. Hurley going to peek the nose just about a half a car length lower as they come down the front straightaway. Off into 1 and 2, and it looks like lap traffic. I believe these guys are going to catch up to Jayla Miller here before this one's said and done. Back here for your fourth and fifth spot, you got the 17 of Hayden Orgazolka, the 12T Tanner Jones. They're going at it here, still all race long, as white flag in the air. 03 Derek Coombs one more time around. Jayla going to stay down around the bottom of the racetrack. As here come your race leaders. They'll buzz the tower down the back straightaway. Coombs gets on around. Braden Hurley gets on around. Oh, Coombs going to go up into the marbles. That's going to open the door here for Braden Hurley. Coming to the checkered flag. 3 wide with lap traffic. Derek Coombs picking up heat number 1. Derek Coombs going to pick up heat 1 in the 03. The 38 Braden Hurley second. The R20 Rob DeFree, your top 3, going to move on out of heat number 1. Fourth was Hayden Orgazolka, and rounding out the top 5, the 12T of Tanner Jones. Row at number 4 from Juanita, Nebraska, the 17 of Tyler Thompson, and the 24R from Beatrice, Nebraska, it is Dylan Richards. Blake Holmes, the 55 out of Salina. Your final starter here. Zach Olmstead, your defending champion. We'll see him a little bit later. Dylan Richards, Cody Graham, Brady Binkin, and Zach Olmstead all tied at the top of the wins board here for the Sunflower Classic. Cole Piper thought about going 3 wide. He's going to get it either way, because here comes the 17 down to the bottom. 3 wide. Here comes Richards. He's going to maybe make it 4 wide down the back straightaway. 3 wide as here comes Dylan Richards down the back stretch off into 3 and 4. Up front, it is Dylan Bell, your race leader. Down the front stretch they go. Tyler Thompson, Cole Schulte, but he's under fire from Dylan Richards. Again, top 3 is what we're looking for. And the battle for the transfer spot is on. Down the back stretch they go. Cole Schulte in the 12S has the spot. Dylan Richards, a 2-time Sunflower Classic winner, breathing down the back bumper. Down the front straightaway they go at the line, nose to tail. Cole Piper going to have a piece of this as well. Oh, Schulte slides up. Richards says, thank you, take that spot away. Piper's going to take the 4th spot away. So from making the main back to 5th right now is where the 12S of Cole Schulte going to backpedal to momentarily. Side by side still for the transfer off into 1 and 2. You've got Dylan Richards, the 24R. The 10 of Piper. If you look up here, you got side by side for the race lead now. 17 of Tyler Thompson. He'll look to the inside of Dylan Bell. Bell's led since the drop of the green flag. Tyler started back there in. Tyler Thompson started 7th. Made his way up here to the 2nd spot, knocking on the back bumper of Bell for the race lead. Down the back straightaway off into 3 and 4 they go. Bell through the upper middle groove they go. Thompson trying to get it done down around the tires. Down the front stretch they go. Bell, Thompson, then it's going to be Richards and Piper. Top 4, 2-car battle in each spot. Down the back straightaway they go. Bell leads by 2 car lengths over Tyler Thompson. Thompson going to go right in the tire tracks this time around through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Now Richards and Piper still duking it out for that final transfer out of heat 2. Down the back stretch they run. Laps are winding down. It is going to be one more time around here in heat number 2 for Dylan Bell and Tyler Thompson. Bell's done a great job. Again, started on the pole, has led every lap. Tyler Thompson started 7th, and he's going to challenge the race leader down the back straightaway. Out of turn number 2 they go. It's 3 car lengths to lead for Bell, off into 3 and 4. Nice smooth set of corners, and the 31, Dylan Bell, going to see the checkered flag first here in heat number 2. Tyler Thompson second. Dylan Richards going to hold on for that transfer spot. Cole Piper and Cole Schulte going to wind out the field, or at least your top 5 here in heat number 2. So lights are out. Heat number 3. Top 4 to the scales. Top 3 move on to the main event. Green flags up atop the stand. Down the front straightaway they go. Off into 1 and 2. Dylan Thompson, your race leader. Zach Olmstead in second. Then it's going to be Dion Pretty down the back straightaway. That's your top 3. 3 wide as here comes Billy McBride, Bingston Rogers, and Trevor Schmidt. Bingston going to check out the marbles up top. Now it's going to go side by side between Schmidt and McBride. Trevor Schmidt going to win that battle at the line. He'll go to your 4th spot, knocking on the back bumper of a transfer here with Dion Pretty. Down the back straightaway they go. Here comes Trevor Schmidt looking to the inside, side by side. Schmidt, the green car on the bottom. Dion Pretty, the lime green car up top as they come down the front straightaway. Still a great drag race. MRP going to give the 2X Trevor Schmidt your 2nd spot, or your 3rd spot, I should say. He'll drive it up in there. 3 wide now is Tyler. He's going to join the party. 187 to your 4th spot. Dion going to go back to 5th. Trevor Schmidt in the transfer. Don't look now, but here comes Zach Olmstead. 98Z looking to the inside on Dylan Thompson. Battle for the race lead. Again, last season, Zach won, I believe, all but 1 points-paying race here at the RPM Speedway, and I believe that was on championship night. Couldn't quite get the perfect season here. But again, looking to start it off right one more time as he is the defending winner of the Sunflower Classic. Again, Olmstead tied with Cody Graham, Brady Binkin, and Dylan Richards all time in the Sunflower Classic with 2 wins apiece. Olmstead diving back to the inside here, looking for that top spot. Slides up back in line with the 11 machine. Down the front straightaway they will go. Down the back stretch they run. Thompson going to scoot away by about 2.5, 3 car lengths off into 3 and 4. 2X of Trevor Schmidt going to be your 3rd place driver. Again, top 3 will move on. 187 Tyler Heath, the D, 68 Dion Pretty, 37 of Bingston Rogers, and the 70 Billy McBride, and the 8B of Braden Hilser. Your drivers making their way around the legendary RPM Speedway. White flag up in the air. Battle for the race lead has got 1 more lap. Off into 1 and 2 they go. Here comes Olmstead. He'll tuck the snoot low to the inside, trying to get a good run down the back straightaway. Side by side, off into 3 and 4 they go. Olmstead on the bottom. Dylan Thompson up top. Checkered flag, heat number 3, and I believe Dylan Thompson going to get it done. The 11 machine to the top spot. Zach Olmstead, Trevor Schmidt, the top 3, going to move on to the main event later on. Dion Pretty and Bingston Rogers, 4th and 5th. Tyler Heath running in the 4th spot all night long, having some problems here. So he'll slowly make his way across. Out of 128 drivers checking in here tonight, 34 of them are your Golden Plains Trucking Hobby stocks. That's the most out of any class. Modified 2nd with 30 drivers here tonight. Lights are out. And green flag up in the air down the front straightaway. Morgan Olmstead going to have the drag race with Lightning McQueen, the hatchback version, off into 1 and 2. Cody Williams going to take the lead away. Morgan back into your 2nd spot, and it might not be very pretty behind him as there's 3 cars duking it out for the transfer. Down the back straightaway, 24T Taylor Lambert is in the mix of that one. He'll go to the outside, side by side, down the front stretch they go. Andrew Berg up into your 3rd spot. He's got his sights set on Morgan Olmstead. Taylor Lambertus, the 24T, outside looking in. He'll fall back now. Top 3 going to scoot away. Williams, Olmstead, and Berg. Back behind him, it's Lambertus and Yutterman. Now Jonathan Saliba going to fill that spot up into your 5th position. Here comes Morgan down the back straightaway, trying to get a good run on your race leader. Morgan Olmstead, Cody Williams had a couple of run-ins in the past here. Andrew Berg kind of hoping for another one here tonight as he can maybe sneak his way up there to the top spot. Just patiently biding his time there in that 3rd position. Down the back straightaway they go. Williams still leads by about a nose. Off through 3 and 4. Down the front stretch they go. Williams, Olmstead, and Berg, the top three. They'll pull away through 1 and 2. Down the front stretch they go. Great racing action here up front, including back there for your fourth spot. But again, we're looking for the top three, and they just happen to be 1, 2, 3 down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway, Jonathan Saliba in fourth, holding down there. Got around Taylor Lambert a couple laps ago. So he's going to really hope for something to try to get up to Andrew Berg in that third spot. Down the back straightaway they go. Down the back straightaway. Flagman with the white flag in hand. Lightning McQueen going to have one more trip around. Cody Williams off into 1 and 2. Oh, a couple cars going to go around over there in 3 and 4. Going to have the fabulous Hudson Hornet, the 11 of the Spears, going to go around. He'll dive to the inside as racing still going to go on. Checkered flag. Cody Williams going to pick up heat number 4. Cody Williams, Morgan Olmstead, and Andrew Berg. The 3 drivers making their way in to the main event. Justin Yutterman and Austin Rich going to come up just a little short here in heat number 4. Row number 3, it'll be from Burlington, Colorado, the 10G of Don Geist, and the 52 out of Ogden, Kansas, Cliff Shepard. Danny Keller, the K98 out of Dodge City, Kansas, and from Lexington, Nebraska, Daniel Nichols in the 73 machine. Green flag's up in the air, going to have a car go up and over the tire down there. So far it looks to stay planted in its somewhat original starting spot, so we stay green. Down the back stretch they go. Everybody going to fan out 3 wide as Murphy. Dalton Murphy might have been the car to clip the tire there as he'll sail it off the back straightaway. Oh, Seller's going to catch the tire and around he goes. So caution flag going to come. Oh, car up and over K98 Danny Keller. K98 of Danny Keller going to go up and over. There's a red flag going to be displayed out on the speedway. Again, need to give a big shout out to the Ellis County Fire and EMS Services for being on standby here tonight. Again, going to look at the IMCAtv replay here. As drivers go there, you see right there, race leader Clay Seller going to rip out the rest of the tire, at least kick it out onto the racetrack. He'll spin there, and you can see back there, a couple drivers fighting for position, just nowhere to go with the tire out on the racetrack. And the K98 again hitting that tire, going up and over, rolling at least a couple times there, and they're slowly going to finish out on his lid. But again, Danny Keller able to crawl out of the race car over there in turn number 4. I know I've said it a couple times, but again, thank you to the Ellis County Fire and EMS Services for being here tonight. So we work the first red flag of the evening here in heat number 1 of your Mel Hamilton Ford Racing IMCA Modifieds. So drivers ready to go, 8 laps, looking for the first 3 drivers to make themselves to the main event. Going to have 2 Bs for your modifieds, 2 Bs for your hobby stocks as green flags atop the stand. There we go again. Down the front straightaway they go, off into 1 and 2. Side by side, Clay Seller going to go back to the point. Down the back straightaway he will go. Janishek now under fire from Trevor Geist, the Nutrient Ag machine. It'll look the green and white 10T up to the top shelf this time through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Seller to lead lap number 1. Janishek and Trevor Geist your top 3. Murphy in your 4th spot. He is under fire from Don Geist and Cliff Shepard and Daniel Nichols. Down the back straightaway, off into 3 and 4 they go. Clay Sellard, your race leader, up front by a good margin. Back to this two-car battle again between TJ Janishek and Trevor Geist. Down the back straightaway, Geist going to have a push. He'll go up the racetrack out of 2, and Janishek going to do a little boot scooting down the back straightaway. He'll pull away by a couple car lengths. Trevor, though, trying to reel him back in, and there goes Cliff Shepard, the 52. He'll spin in 3 and 4. Hopefully he can get fired back up again. Oh, he's going to do a little smoke show over there. Caution flag going to come on out. Caution going to come out the 52 of Cliff Shepard. Cliff Shepard going to spin around there, getting into 3 and 4. And again, one and done here in heat racing action. Sellard, Janishek, and Trevor Geist. Trevor's dad, Don, right behind him in the 10G. Drivers ready to go. 3 laps down. Green flags back in the air. Down the front straightaway, they will go off into 1 and 2. Trevor Geist looking up top. Here comes Dad Don looking down to the inside. Side-by-side battle for your transfer between father and son. Off into 3 and 4 they go. TJ Janishek's going to be in the middle of this battle as well. Don Geist now going to try to rip it down around the bottom, but Trevor with the momentum up top. Still going to be in that transfer spot here in heat number 1. Down the back straightaway, out of turn number 2, they will go. Trevor going to go to the bottom of TJ Janishek, and Trevor Geist now into second. Don going to try to follow through. He's got the nose in there. He'll get into the quarter panel just a little bit there into turn number 3. Down the front straightaway, they will go. So Trevor Geist now up to second. TJ Janishek on the bubble in your third spot. Don Geist knocking on the back door. Now the back door has become the low side, and Don Geist now to the transfer spot here in heat 1. Down the front straightaway, there goes Dalton Murphy around in 3 and 4. Hopefully he can get it fired back up, and it looks like the 9D Dalton Murphy is going to head to the trailer. So lights are out. 6 laps in the books. Green, white, checkered. It's getting ready to put a cap here on heat number 1 for your modifieds. And we're back at it. Now the front straightaway they go. Off into 1 and 2. Sellard down the back straightaway. Trevor Geist had a challenge for a moment, but Sellard's got a lot of machine up underneath him as he'll go through 3 and 4. White flag once again for the 85C of Clay Sellard. Down the front straightaway they go. Off into 1 and 2. Sellard, Geist, and Geist, your top 3. Down the back stretch they run. Trevor slides up the racetrack. Here comes Don. He'll look to the inside. Side by side. Both drivers in the main as of now. Don on the bottom, Trevor up top. Clay Sellard picking up the checkered flag. Battle drag race. And I believe it's going to be Don Geist getting it over his son Trevor there at the line. By 1/10 of a second there. You've got Missouri, Kansas, Wyoming, and Colorado, the drivers representing in heat number 2. Again, the 26J, Chase Witt. 33 of Jason Ward. The 7M of Daniel Miller and Dakota Sproul, the 08. 11W, Tim Watts. The 3D, Daniel Gottschalk. 49, Drew Miller. 28 of John Burrow. Green flags up in the air down the front straightaway. 3 wide there for your second spot off the get-go. And Dakota Sproul on the prowl through 1 and 2, looking for the race lead. Jace Witt's going to take it down the back straightaway. Witt and Sproul going to go at it. Daniel Gottschalk going to make his way up into your third spot. Through 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Witt, Sproul, and Gottschalk. They'll go off into 1 and 2. You got Daniel Miller there in the 4th spot. New race leader. It's going to be the 08 of Dakota Sproul. Dakota down the back straightaway off into 3 and 4. Jace Witt in hot pursuit, but he's got his hands full of the 3D of Gottschalk. Daniel Gottschalk buries it in deep in 3 and 4, and he's your new second place driver. Now Sproul's got a new challenger out the back bumper. It's going to be the 3D of Gottschalk. He'll get a little upset there off into turn number 1. Have to chase the car a little bit. He'll lose a couple of car lengths down the back straightaway. They go. Top 3 going to pull away through 3 and 4. But Gottschalk right back on the bottom of the racetrack. Down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2. Side by side, Gottschalk on the bottom, Sproul up top. These guys have raced each other every single night during the regular season. Off into 3 and 4 they go, side by side once again. Gottschalk really strong down around the bottom. Can he get it this time? Yes, he will. The 3D making moves on the bottom, and he'll go to the top spot. Dakota Sproul back to second. Jace Witt in your transfer spot here in heat number 2. Down the back straightaway, you got Tim Watts, the 11W, in a very distant 4th spot. John Burrow, then it's going to be Drew Miller and Jason Ward. Or Daniel Miller, John Burrow, Drew Miller, Jason Ward. As the 33 has taken his car into the infield. Everybody getting strung out here in heat number 2. Down the back stretch they run. Off through turn number 4, laps winding down to 3D, Daniel Gottschalk. Started in your 6th spot, and he catfished his way up to the top spot, making it work down around the tires better than everybody else. Sproul going to go down there as well, follow in the tire track, still about, see what it is this time by as white flag flutters in the breeze. 1.3 seconds from the 3D back to the 08 machine as they go through 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Checkered flag here in heat number 2. It's the 3D Daniel Gottschalk picking up the victory. 08 Dakota Sproul and the 26J of Jace Witt. The top 3 moving on. 4th going to be the 11W Tim Watts. 28 John Burrow, your top 5. Then we'll have some hobby stock B qualifiers, followed by some modified B qualifiers. And then we'll be ready to go for our main events for night 1 of the Mike Hughes Sunflower Classic from the beautiful, legendary RPM Speedway. Clay Money, Eddie Bellick, your first 2. Gonna bring them to the green flag as they come down the front straightaway. Money, great restart for that 7 machine off into 1 and 2. He will go. Rips it up to the outside line, down the back straightaway. Bellick trying to get a good run off the top shelf. Tony Acherno in your transfer spot, down the back straightaway. They will run. Money, Bellick, Acherno right down to the bottom of the speedway through 3 and 4. The Money Man going to lead lap number 1 across the stripe. They will go through 1 and 2. Money, Bellick, Acherno. Then it's going to be Beeman, Meek, Sterling, and Bradford. Down the back stretch, Chad Sterling starting to make some way through the field. Will get a good run up to the 26X of Shane Meeks back here. Down the front stretch they go. Beautiful shot there from Burrow. Go down the back straight away. Money, your race leader. Got Eddie Bellick ahead of his cousin Tony here by, see when they come across the finish line, 1.3 from second back to third as they head down the back straightaway. Doug Beeman, then it's going to be Shane Meeks, Chad Sterling. Those 2 still slicing and dicing back here for the 5th spot. Everybody trying to fight for a 3rd spot out of the racetrack. 14, Tony Acherno right now holding down the fort in that position. Sterling still trying to give it his all there. Battle for your 5th spot. Down the back straightaway. And Sterling now going to move up into 5th. Meeks going to go back to your 6th spot. Lead is starting to shrink. Play Money. Last time by a 19.15. Eddie Bellick an 18.88. It's down under a second. They're going to have just 2 more laps to try to get it done. Down the front straightaway, Money takes Bellick 1-2. This time we'll see 0.7 of a second. So 0.2 quicker that lap for the 3D machine. Bellick saved a little bit here late in the run. Down the back straightaway they go off into 3 and 4. White flag in the air one more time around. Eddie Bellick, it went from 7/10 now to 4/10 off into 1 and 2. White flag, not sure if he's going to have enough time to size up the money man and make a shot for the race lead, but we'll see. Down the back straightaway, off into 3 and 4 they go. Heat number 3 about to wrap on up, and it is the money man, Clay Money, getting it done there in that 7 machine. 3B, Eddie Bellick going to be in your second spot. Final transfer here out of heat number 3 is going to be the 14 of Tony Acherno. Chad Sterling, Jim Beeman, 4th and 5th. And on the pole, it is the 17J Jumpin' Jeremy Fernier out of Fort Morgan, Colorado. And from Brighton, Colorado, it's the 14G of Greg Gustis. Row at number 2 from Waukene, it's Dynamite Dylan Sherfick in the 66D. And from Hayes, a brand new dad, it is Brett the Threatbearer in the 09B. Row at number 3, it's the Wrangler Jeans 3J machine of Jake Nightingale out of Hutch. Jesse Richter, the legend, the 8R out of Great Bend. And Brendan Clough from Wallace, Nebraska in the 20. Lights are out 8 times around, looking for our final 3 modified drivers to make the main event here out of heat racing action. Everybody else, once again, will go to 1 of 2. They're off to the 1 and 2. Jeremy Fernier going to dive it down to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll lead lap number, or at least corner number 1. Down the back stretch they go, side by side, off into 3 and 4, and here comes Barry. Brett Barry, the 09B, working down around 3 and 4. Looks like he'll file into your second spot here, but Fernier, Barry, and Gustis, 1, 2, 3 they go. Off into 1 and 2. Down the back straight away. Drivers come down the front straight away. Fernier, look at the MRP lap times. Fernier 18.803 for Fernier. Fastest car out on the racetrack. Barry and Gustis, 1, 2, 3. How they go on the speed chart. Off through 3 and 4. Again, Brett Barry, brand new dad. I believe having a baby girl a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point. Down the back stretch they run. Fernier, Barry, Gustis, Nightingale, Sherfick, the top 5. Jesse Richter, Brendan Clough. We're going to go at it here for not last after the speedway. Off into 1 and 2 they will go. Everybody's singling on out here right now. The tires really the fast line on the speedway, at least through 3 and 4. Everybody about a car length off the bottom through 1 and 2. Greg Gustis now the second fastest car out of the racetrack, still about 1.5 back from Barry. Barry's 1.3 back from your race leader Fernier. They go across the start-finish line. On the back stretch they run. Let's look at all of your favorite drivers here in heat number 4. White flag up in the air, 1 more lap to go as they go across the line off into 1 and 2. Jeremy Fernier started on the pole, took the immediate lead through 1 and 2, and does not look back as they head down the back straightaway off into 3 and 4. Jumpin' Jeremy Fernier, 17J. He'll lock himself into the main event with a victory here in heat number 4. Brett the Threatberry second, and your final driver making their way in the main event, 14G. Greg Gustis. 3J, Jake Nightingale, going to be 1 spot shy here in heat number 4. And the 66D of Dynamite Dylan Sherfick wrapping up the top 5. Looking to make their way into tonight's main event. Hayden Orgazolka and Dion Pretty, your first row. Tanner Jones, Binkston, Rogers, top 4 drivers. Go down the back straight away, off into 3 and 4. B qualifier race in action coming down the front straightaway as they go off into 1 and 2. Still side by side off into 1 and 2. Dion Pretty going to be your new race leader. Up the hill goes the 37 of Rogers. He'll take over that second spot. Ogazolka back to third, and then it's Tyler Heath and Tanner Jones side by side for your transfer. Might make it a 3-car battle as man, a 4-car battle for your third spot, as it is going to be Ogazolka, Tyler Heath, Tanner Jones, Braden Hilzer. All right there, side by side for third and fourth. Down the back stretch they run. It's Hayden Ogazolka and Tyler Heath. Back behind them, it's side by side. Tanner Jones on the bottom, Braden Hilzer up top. Billy McBride's going to make it a big battle here. Down the front straightaway they go, off into 1 and 2. Bingston Rogers, your race leader. He'll take him down the back straightaway. Oh, problem for Dion Pretty. He'll slide up in front of Tyler Heath in this long train, which is the battle for second now. Here comes the 70 of Billy McBride. Oh, Braden Hills are going to go for a spin. Barely clipping the front bumper of the 93. Looks like that's going to bring, right now, still green caution light's going to come out. Wheeling caution out here in the qualifier, lap number 3 for your hobby stocks. As Braden Hills are a part of this six-car battle here for your second spot with Dion Pretty, Tyler Heath, Billy McBride. Bringing out the caution over in turn number 4. Drivers ready to get back underway. Rogers slowly leads them through 3 and 4, right down around the bottom. Going to stack up your field. Trying to get to the orange cone. Green flags up in the air. Down the front straightaway. Rogers going to get clear by 2 car lengths. Tyler Heath, Dion Pretty going to go at it here for second. Oh, Rogers hits a slick spot. He'll go up the racetrack. Jalen Miller spins back there in your tail end of the field. 3 wide down the back straightaway, but looks like caution flag going to come on out. Caution flag going to come out for the 49J of Jayla Miller over there in 1 and 2. She spun battling back there with Taylor Croyson for your 8th spot. Off the pace, he'll pull down to the bottom out of turn number 2. So problems for Dion Pretty. He's going to have a flat right rear. He'll pull into the infield. Green flags up in the air. So good job there by Dion as they go off into 1 and 2. And Tanner Jones now going to be the 4th car in at the moment. Down the back stretch they go. You've got Bingston Rogers, your race leader, Tyler Heath, Billy McBride, and Tanner Jones, the top 4. So what we're looking for is they work through 3 and 4 down the front stretch. McBride a little squirrely down around the bottom. Tanner Jones can give him plenty of room. Still a little squirrely on the front straightaway. Tanner Jones going to stab the brake, drop to the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, your leader is going to spin in front of the field. Rogers goes around, does a 360, and keeps it going. We stay green. Good job there, Bingston. So new leader is now Tyler Heath. You've got Billy McBride, Tanner Jones, and Jake Ward now the 4th car in line. Off into 1 and 2. Braden Hilzer starting to make his way back up through the field. And a good battle for your second spot. Oh, around goes Rogers again in turn number 2. And once again, he'll just keep it going. Cross flags halfway home here. 6 more times around in the beat qualifier number 1 for your hobby stocks. And it looks like Rogers just going to try it again tomorrow night as he'll take his car back to the trailer. Top 4. It's going to be Tyler Heath, your race leader, across the line. Billy McBride, Tanner Jones trying to figure out what he's going to do with the 70 car. Through 1 and 2. Jake Warden in your 4th spot. He's got Hayden Ogazolka and Braden Hilzer. Again, Hilzer's got some speed here tonight. Just looped it early on out of turn number 4 and trying to fight his way back up. Down the front straightaway they go. Look at MRP, almost a 1 second race lead for Tyler. Back to Billy McBride, who has got his hands full of Tanner Jones. 12T trying to find a way around McBride, just a little too squirrely up there in that 70 machine, as Jones not wanting to risk his second spot at the moment. He is in the main event as they run. A 93 going off into 1 and 2, the fourth car in line there. So he's going to have some company as well. Got some battles starting to brew on the racetrack as things start to wind down. Low side by side. Here comes Tanner Jones looking to the inside. We're going to get 2 laps to go. Jones backs out of it. McBride, Jones, second and third. Down the back straightaway. Coming to get the white flag as it's the 187 Tyler Heath, your race leader. He'll take the field through 3 and 4. A couple lap cars ahead of him. It'll be the 11 of Rich and the 49 J of Miller. His white flag up in the air. Through 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Tyler Heath come up on the lap car of Jayla Miller. Looks like she's going to stay in the bottom of the racetrack. Heath going to go through the middle. Checkered flag, the 187 Tyler Heath. He'll win your B qualifier. .187 Tyler Heath, your B qualifier, number 1 winner. 70 Billy McBride in second. The 12T Tanner Jones and the 93 Jake Wharton, your 4 drivers moving on out of qualifier number 1. Lights are going to go out. So we will be green out of turn number 4. Cole Pfeiffer, Jonathan Saliba, Cole Schulte, and Justin Yutterman. $12 times around, 4 more drivers for your hobby stocks. About to get underway as they come down the front straightaway. Off into 1 and 2. Cole Pfeiffer's going to lead the charge. Jonathan Saliba in second. Those two trying to get as far away from the pack as they possibly can. So head down the back straightaway. Cole Schulte, 12S. He's under fire. Here comes the 420 of Yutterman. Also, here comes the 11B of Blake Spear. As they move through 3 and 4. Lap number 1. It's going to be Cole Pfeiffer showing the way. Through 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, and around goes. I believe that's going to be a Schulte, maybe down the back straightaway, gets it fired back up. It's Cole Pfeiffer, Jonathan Saliba, your race leader. Tylen Lambertus. And head down the back straightaway. Everybody getting scattered around the racetrack here. Come by as you got Pfeiffer, Saliba. It's going to be the 11B of Spears. The 12S of Cole Schulte. Oh, your race leader, Pfeiffer, blows it up off the top of 1 and 2. He'll fall back into your second spot. Saliba going to come on to your race lead. It's Cole Schulte back there in the 12S trying to fight for his life as Tylen Lambert is right behind him, trying to pick up that transfer spot. These two going to duke it out here. 4 laps in the books. Lambertus looks to the inside, down the back straightaway. They run off into 3 and 4, side by side. One driver's going to have to try again tomorrow. Another one's going to get a shot at last place here in the main event. Down the front straightaway they go. Schulte still holding on by about 6/10. Lambertus slides up the racetrack, down the back straightaway. Schulte going to start to scoot away by a couple car lengths. Cross flags for your race leaders as Jonathan Saliba, the 5S, will come across the start-finish line. Cole Pfeiffer, then it's going to be the 11B of Blake Spear. The fabulous Hudson Hornet. Cole Schulte right now in the 4th and final transfer. Tylen Lambertus, Justin Yutterman, both behind him, trying to get, he has a little bit of an issue through 1 and 2. Going to stack Yutterman and Lambertus up off into 3 and 4 they go. Now those two going to go side by side. Yutterman gets in there a little hot and heavy, has to slide it around a bit. Down the front stretch they go. Through through 1 and 2. There goes Schulte. Can't quite get the car in corner. Starting to have some problems in 1 and 2. Tylen Lambert is down the back straightaway, trying to get to the bottom. He knows if he can get there into 3 and 4, he's pretty much going to have that spot wrapped up by the time they get down the front straightaway. He's going to try the top shelf. We'll see how it works. And he's going to go right around. Almost a little bit of contact there, but Tylen Lambert is now into the transfer spot. Down the back stretch they go, off into 3 and 4. Slow car in front of Lambert. A couple cars going to get together back here. Is yellow flag going to come on out. It's going to be the 12S of Schulte. I believe the 17D of Calvin Davis, the other driver involved. Cole Schulte to the back for being involved in the caution over there in turn number 3. Lights are out. 2 laps to go. Again, 4 more drivers will make their way to the main event later on tonight. Your Modified B qualifiers in the staging area getting set to go. But first, green flag down the front straightaway. Off into 1 and 2. Blake Spear with a good restart on the outside. He'll move up into second. Pfeiffer and Yutterman now going to battle for the 3rd and 4th spot. Lambert is outside looking in as they come down the front straightaway. Off through 1 and 2. Jonathan Saliva's got a fast car underneath them here in the qualifier. Lambert gets a little slidey there, trying to battle for your 4th spot. Down the back straightaway they go, off into 3 and 4. Pfeiffer now to the inside, white flag one more time around for the 5S of Jonathan Saliva. Battle for the 2nd spot, trying to get them one better starting spot in the main event. Tylen Lambert is in the 24, trying to make his way to the main event. He's got 5 car lengths to try to close it down. And here comes Pfeiffer trying for 2nd. Checkered flag, Jonathan Saliva, he'll make his way to the main event. So will Spears, Pfeiffer, and Yutterman. Your final 4 from your hobby stocks moving on to tonight's main event. The 10, TJ Janishek from Hayes inside of row number 2. Jim Beeman, the 69 out of Fort Morgan, Colorado. 9D, Dalton Murphy out of Great Bend inside of row number 3, and it's the 26X out of Abilene, Shane Meeks to the top shelf. Row number 4, Cliff Shepard in the 52 from Ogden, Gary Bradford in the 30. K98, Danny Keller should be there, but again, Keller having that role there during heat racing action. Lights are out 12 times around, looking for 4 IMCA modifieds to make it the main event. Down the front straightaway they go. Off into 1 and 2, side by side. Up the racetrack goes Nichols. Crossover by the 183 of Sterling, and he'll take the lead. Down the back straightaway, off into 3 and 4. Chad Sterling, your race leader. Smooth and steady through 3 and 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Daniel Nichols, Jim Beeman, and Shane Meeks, the top 4 as they cross the line. Through 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Gary Bradford to the outside of TJ Janishek. He'll take the 5th spot away. Both those drivers, a 4-car battle there for 5th, but again, looking for the top 4. They go across the start-finish line through 1 and 2. Right now, Bradford, a little bit of a bobble up there by Nichols. That's going to bring 2nd or 3rd and 4th a little bit closer to him. Down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. Daniel Nichols in the 73 trying to hold on. Back behind him is Jim Bowman and Shane Meeks. 3-car battle for your 2nd spot. All 3 drivers right now in the main event as they run. Meeks on the bubble. Up in front of him is Jim Beeman. Daniel Nichols in 2nd. Chad Sterling, your race leader, with a nice 1.5-second lead as he'll take him down the back straightaway. Side by side as here comes Meeks, trying to get a little bit better starting spot here tonight. A couple cars stuck together in turn number 2, and caution flag going to come on out. Going to have TJ Janishek and the 52 of Cliff Shepard. They'll get stuck together. They're out of turn number 2. Put us under the wheel and caution flag here in B Qualifier 1. 4 laps in here for your modifieds. Sterling going to bring him back under power out of turn number 4. Green flag waiting, and here we go. Down the front stretch, off into 1 and 2. Sterling, great restart. Everybody going to fan out, get to the bottom and tops of 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, and here comes Bowman. Beeman, 69 machine, down the back straightaway. Jim Beeman now going to slide up into your second spot. Daniel Nichols back there to third. Shane Meeks still holding on to the final transfer for now. He's going to throw the slider on Nichols. So Meeks now going to give him 1 spot to the good. Daniel Nichols going to be on the bubble. He's got Dalton Murphy. Gary Bradford looking to find their way into the main event. Down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2. The 4-car battle for your third spot. Down the back straightaway. Murphy had a shot at the transfer. Got to the inside, but just couldn't keep it up down the straightaway. We'll see how it goes off these 3 and 4. Gary Bradford back there trying to figure out which line he wants to try to tackle these 2. That is the battle for the transfer spot as Murphy. He'll chop the nose off of the 73 of Nichols. So now the 9D Dalton Murphy into the main event. Daniel Nichols back there in your 5th spot down the front stretch. Gary Bradford back behind him. Gary Bradford going to go for the spin cycle over there in 1 and 2. He'll roll it all the way down. And Kush. Flag going to come on out in turn number 2 for the 30 of Gary Bradford. He's got him there, gets the contact and spun on out. 183, Chad Sterling, the 69 of Jim Beam, and the 26, Shane Meeks. 90, Dalton Murphy, the new top 4 is green flag up in the air, down the front straightaway. Off into 1 and 2. A little bit of contact between Meeks and Sterling. Meeks going to have some problems. He'll slow down the back straightaway. He'll take that left turn into the infield there for the 26X. Tough break for him as he has ran top 3 all night long. Down the front straightaway through 1 and 2. Now Daniel Nichols, 73. He's back into the main event. He's got Gary Bradford, though, back behind him, trying to change that as they head down the back straightaway off into 3 and 4. 183 of Chad Sterling. 3 wide battle there is now Nichols going to go back from transfer. 3 wide once again. Gary Bradford's now the 4th car in. Off into 1 and 2. Bradford wants to put that 30 machine in the main event here tonight. He'll pull away from it. Cliff Shepard by 5 is white flag in the air for the 183 of Sterling. Down the front straightaway, 183, Chad Sterling, the 69 of Jim Beeman, the 9D, Dalton Murphy, and now the 30 of Gary Bradford. Down the back straightaway, Bradford pulls away. He's got the 4th on lock. If he can just make one more set of corners, checker flag, 183, Chad Sterling, your winner in the qualifier. 183, Chad Sterling going to pick up the win in B feature number 1. 69, Jim Beeman, 2nd. The 9D, Dalton Murphy, the 30, Gary Bradford. Row at number 3 from Goodland, the 49 of Drew Miller. Outside, Brandon Clough, the 20 out of Wallace, Nebraska. Row at number 4, Daniel Miller out of Bar None, Wyoming, in the 7M. And the legend, the 8R, Jesse Richter out of Great Bend, Kansas, 33 of Jason Ward, the final starter. Lights are out 12 times, 4 more modifieds. Trying to make their way to the main event. Green flag down the front straightaway they come. Side by side off of the 1 and 2. Who's going to lead the pack down the back straightaway up around the top side? It'll be Nightingale. He'll take the 3J down the back straightaway. Watts in that 2nd spot. Clough and Sherfick going to go side by side. Clough will throw the slider in there. 3 wide momentarily for the 2nd spot. They're still side by side for 3rd and 4th. John Burrow right now on the outside looking in. Jesse Richter back behind him. Down the back stretch, they will run off into 3 and 4. Here comes another slider up front. Is Sherfick going to throw it now on the 20 and Cluff? He'll repay it off into 1 and 2. Try it again. Through turn 2, down the back straightaway. Great battle back here. Both these drivers battling as if they're trying to make the main event. Just 1-1 starting spot better. John Burrow back there in the 5th spot. That's a little bit of a rough go in number 4. Slides up the racetrack and almost will lose sight of the battle for that 4th spot. Down the back stretch, they run Nightingale, still your race leader. The 11W, Tim Watts in 2nd. 3rd is the 66D of Dylan Sherfick. Brennan Clough in tows. Those two can't quite seem to get separated. It's your top 4 across the line. John Burrow, Jesse Richter, 5th and 6th. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Sherfick. Wants the 2nd spot for Watts. Off into 3 and 4 they go. Down to the bottom, Sherfick now your new 2nd place driver. No, Watts at the line. Through 1 and 2, Sherfick to the bottom, Watts up top. We'll see which line's going to be the quicker down the back straightaway. Dylan Sherfick now into 2nd, Watts back to 3rd. Brandon Clough still in your 4th spot as your race leader. Jake Nightingale, he'll see the cross flags at the line. Halfway to go here in the number 2 for your modifieds. Down the back stretch they go. Field starting to single out around the 3/8 mile. Nightingale, Sherfick, Watts, and Clough. Then it's going to be John Burrow, Jesse Richter, Drew Miller, and Daniel Miller. My race pass here for top 2 running very similar lap times, an 18.887 and an 18.889. Caution flag to come on. Car up over there. It's going to be the 8R Jesse Richter spinning in 1 and 2 to bring out the caution flag. Sherfick's going to take the bottom side. Be the 11W of Tim Watts to the outside. The 20 of Brandon Clough. Going to be that 4th car down on the bottom. Up top, it'll be the 28 of John Burrow, the 49 Drew Miller. 7M Daniel Miller, the 8R Jesse Richter to the back for bringing out the caution. And the green flag waves once again. Down the front straightaway they go. Nightingale gets a fantastic restart. He'll scoot away. Sherfick's going to scoot as well. Clough and Watts going to go side by side. And now here comes John Burrow. He wants into the main. He'll go to the top side of Brandon Clough as they work through 3 and 4. Clough the 4th and final transfer right now. Down the front straightaway they go. On the bubble, off into it, 1 and 2. He'll slide up. John Burrow trying to inch a little bit closer that time. He'll now cut it to 2 car lengths down the back straightaway. Both driving. Oh, and around goes Daniel Miller. He'll spin. He'll collect Drew Miller. So 3 laps here to find our final modified. They'll lock themselves in here tonight. Everybody else once again gonna have to try it all again tomorrow. Green flag in the air down the front straightaway off into 1. Side by side this time for the race lead. Here comes Dylan Sherfick. Sherfick down the back straightaway. New race leader, it is the 66D. Sherfick now to the top spot. Nightingale going to try to wiggle his way back in there. Clough up to 3rd. Watts going to fall back to your 4th spot. They come across the start-finish line off into 1 and 2. Watts back up into 3rd, I believe. Yes, he'll get it at the line. Now it's going to be a 3-car battle for 2nd as Nightingale is going to fall in the collection of Clough and Watts. I told you, Sherfick running the same lap times as Nightingale, just needed a shot, white flag in the air. Off into 1 and 2 they go. Sherfick one more time through 1 and 2. He'll pull away by 5. Down the back stretch they run. Off into turn number 3. Sherfick to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll slide up through middle. Here comes the 3J of Nightingale. One more charge and checkered flag. B number 2. It's Dynamite Dylan Sherfick. 66D, Dylan Sherfick, your race winner. 3J of Jake Nightingale, the 20, Brandon Clough, and the 11W of Tim Watts, your top 4. Moving on to our modified main event. Nebraska. Katie DeVries from Spencer, Iowa, inside of row number 3 in the 8K. Connor Schween, the 16C, out of Russell. Row number 4, it's the Reaper, the 273 of Chase Clough from Goodland, and the defending Sunflower Classic winner, Kaylee Richards from Wymore, Nebraska. Race fans, up on your feet and make some noise. The 4 Cylinders of Fury get set to do battle here 15 times around night number 1 of the 12th annual Mike Hughes Sunflower Classic. Run number 5, Johnny Thomas from Beatrice, Nebraska, the 45. Then it's going to be the 16 of Brendan McAtee from Firth, Nebraska. Kyle Higdon, the 17 out of Hayes. Kyle Morton, the 03K. The 6-7 Mad Dog Madison Reed, the 77 Branston Arter Jr. 9K Caden Murray, the 27 Chris McAtee. 16L Grant Luge, the 7M of Zach McLaughlin. Brian Moore, the 69 Kevin Trimbley, and Cation Brack. Your field here getting set to go 15 times around. They're going to wind up the Hornet's Nest, kick them down the front straightaway. Green flag up in the air for the compacts. Off into 1 and 2, they will go down the back straightaway. Oh, and around goes Chase Clough. Everybody's going to get around. And somehow, nobody hit the 273, and it looks like we're going to stay green. No, we're stay green. Chase Clough gets it fired back up. Your race leader, lap number 1. Down the back straightaway, it is the 12 machine of Brandon Carmichael. Off into 3 and 4, they will go. Everybody going around Chase Clough. He's just trying to hold it down around the bottom of the speedway. Don't look now, but here comes the 24R Kaylee Richards, the defending winner of the Sunflower Classic. She's now going to make her way up into the 3rd spot. Down the back straightaway, off into 3 and 4. Gage Porter's the next one in her sights as they come out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. Porter going to try to put up a fight there for that 2nd spot. Richards looks to the inside. She'll slide it on up. They'll go side by side down the back straightaway. Kaylee Richards now up into your 2nd spot. Trying to go back to back here at the Sunflower Classic. Porter into your 3rd spot as they come down the front straightaway. Katie DeVries and Riley Flores making up the top 5 through 1 and 2. Leader Brandon Carmichael scooting away. It's 1.3, and then everybody else pretty much nose to tail for the 2nd through pretty much the half of the field. Oh, a little bit of contact between Riley Flores, Connor Schween. 3 wide as it come out of turn number 4. Everybody getting at her. You got Shreen, Thomas, and Flores. Off into 1 and 2 they go. Great racing mid-pack on back here for the 4 Cylinders of Fury. So they take it down the back straightaway and off through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. What was 1.1 is now 1.0 for Carmichael. Back to Kaylee Richards. Down the front straightaway. Carmichael, Richards, Porter. Then it's going to be DeVries and Riley Flores, the top 5. Got the 45 of Johnny Thomas down low. Connor Schween will take that spot away. Behind them, it's Kyle Higdon, Branston Arter Jr., and Kyle Mortensen. They're all slicing and dicing back there. 3 local drivers mixing it up mid-pack as they come down the front straightaway as cross flags in the air. Down the back stretch they go. Up front, though, here comes Kaylee Richards. She's now cut it. Last time it was half a second. This time at the line, still half a second. Black traffic looming. Down the back straightaway, out of turn number 2. Kaylee Richards has run down Brandon Carmichael and just trying to figure out which line she's going to take to get around. Off into 3 and 4 they go. Down the front stretch. Laps winding down. Brandon Carmichael, your race leader. Kaylee Richards all over the back bumper. Gage Porter. Katie DeVries and Connor Schween, the top 5, and now it's actually going to go to Riley Flores now up into your 5th spot. Lap traffic here for your top 2. Let's stay down around the bottom of the racetrack because that's the 27 of Chris McAtee. Kaylee Richards started 8th. She's had a great run up into the 2nd spot. Down the front stretch they go at the line. 1-2 battle for the race lead. Here comes Richards. She'll take a peek to the inside, slides and go back up into the tire track. Down the back straightaway, Brandon Carmichael. Laps winding down. Going to be 2 more to go this time by for your top 2 as they come across the start-finish line. Brandon Carmichael, 12M. Kaylee Richards, 24R. It's going to be a great battle to the finish. Down the back straightaway, Richards within striking distance, just needs an open opportunity. White flag in the air, 1 more lap to go for the 12M of Brandon Carmichael. Off into 1 and 2. Battle for the race lead. Down the backstretch. Richards to the back bumper. Not close enough to have 1 more set of corners to try to get it done. Off into 3 and 4. Maybe trying to bump him up off his line. No, she's going to dive it into the inside. 12M, Brandon Carmichael, your feature winner here tonight. Kaylee Richards, 2nd. Gage Porter. Then it's going to be 3 wide. Connor Schween and Katie DeVries, the top 5. So up next, going to be your 20-lap Waltz Repair Machine IMCA Sportmod main event. Your pole center out of Collier, Kansas, it'll be the 14W Blaine Walt. And out of Dighton, the 17M, the Bounty Hunter, Brianna Moughlin. Row number 2, the defending winner of the Sunflower Classic from Henderson, Colorado, Jeff Hunter in the 21H. And the Bandit out of Bird City, the 7P of Lloyd Stover. Row at number 3, Barry Haley from Pueblo, Colorado, the 3W. From Hawley, Colorado, it's the 9JR of Brennan Nordyke. 77W from Beloit, Tyler Watts inside of row number 4. Danny Consom in the 4D from Colorado Springs. The lineup 2's outside. Row at number 5, and it's going to be a fast one to keep your eye on. A couple of young guns here in the Sport Mods. The 01S from Fort Morgan, Colorado of Hunter Smith. And from Oakley, the 711 Brady Binkin. 24 of Doug Bowman from Fort Morgan, Colorado, and the 28K of Ryan Kirchhoff out of Holcomb, Kansas. Row number 7, it's going to be Blaine Lewan in the 187 out of Pueblo West. And for Man Happiness, the 3, Adam Weber. Row number 8, Lance Yoxmer in the 91 from Parker, Colorado, and JC Archer, the 2BA out of Hayes. Riley Ostowski, the 1 from Columbus, Nebraska, Tristan Mikesill in the 14 from Otis. Race fans, make some noise and cheer on your favorite IMCA Sport Mod driver 20 times around the legendary RPM Speedway. Final 3, the 22B of Dalton Bell, 88J, Jack Kirchhoff, and Jeff Ray, the 99R. Drivers ready to go. You got a lot of fast cars at the front of the field. A lot of fast cars in the middle of the field. So we'll see how this one goes. Blaine Walt, Brianna Moughlin, your front row. Green flag for 20 times around. Down the front straightaway, off into 1 and 2 they go. Blaine Walt going to win the drag race over Moughlin. He'll take it now to the top shelf. Down the back straightaway they go. Here comes Jeff Hunter looking down to the inside, side by side with Moughlin. Oh, around goes the car there in turn number 4 and 3. And caution flag going to come on out. Tristan Mikesill getting a piece of that as well. You've got Jack Kirchhoff, Tristan Mikesill. Lights are out. We're going to try it again 20 times around here for your IMCA Sport Mods. Brought to you by Waltz Repair and Machine. Blaine Walt, Brianna Mifflin, green flag down at the front straightaway. They will go off into 1 and 2. Blaine Walt, now rocket ship down the back straightaway, side by side. Jeff Hunter, Brianna Mifflin battle for second. Brendan Nordike sees are going to part for him. He'll find his way up to the 4th spot. Lloyd Stover slipping back through the field. Going to go battle now with Conselman, Watts, Smith, and 1 down the front straightaway. They go. Off through 1 and 2, 3 wide as here comes the 11 W of Watts. Around goes Brady Bacon and Tristan Mikesill. He'll find the front end of the 7-11 and caution flag going to come on out. Lights are out. Everybody going to follow the 14W Blaine Walt to the restart zone as green flag back up in the air. Down the front straightaway they go. Lloyd Stover, not a great start from him. He'll go from 4th all the way back to the tail end of your field to head down the back stretch. Here comes Brianna Mifflin. She'll be a challenge to the inside on Jeff Hunter, looking for that 2nd spot. Side by side as they work off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Walt, Hunter, Mifflin, Watts, and Conselman in the top 5. Hunter Smith in tow there in your 6th spot. Got Ryan Kirchhoff and Brendan Nordike go at it down the back straightaway. It's your first 7 race cars down the front straightaway. Tyler Watts now up in your 3rd spot. Trying to get around the 17 and up Brianna Mifflin. Mifflin won her heat race here tonight. Part of the 3 females flexing their muscle here is Katie Demers, Kaylee Richards, and Brianna Mifflin all won heat races here. After 1 and 2, they go back there for your 4th, 5th, and 6th spot as you got Danny Conselman, Brianna Mifflin, and Hunter Smith. Smith going to dive down to the inside on Mifflin, looking for the 5th spot, slides it on up. Down the front straightaway, they will go off into 1 and 2. Hunter Smith now working on Danny Conselman down the back straightaway, battle for your 4th position. Hunter Smith still there with Brianna Mifflin. Ryan Kirchhoff. Brendan Nordike, everybody starting to hike it up to the outside of the racetrack. Blaine Walt's your race leader. Jeff Hunter in that 2nd spot. Tyler Watts making her way in 3rd. Then Danny Conselman and Hunter Smith. Again, Brianna Mifflin in tow there, the 17 in. Oh, she'll slip it up off the top of 1 and 2. Mifflin's going to do a little Tony Hawk Pro Skater. She'll spin it around the top side of turn number 1, and caution flag going to come on out. Stock cars, hobby stocks, and modifieds left to go here tonight to wrap up night number 1 of the 12th annual Mike Hughes Sunflower Classic here from the legendary RPM Speedway. Walt going to pick up the pace just a little bit, stab the brake, get it pointed down to the bottom, and green flags up in the air as they come across the line off into 1. Tyler Watts, he'll take command of that 2nd spot. Through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, Jeff Hunter's got a problem. He'll at least lose the 3rd spot to Hunter Smith. Danny Conselman looking for 4th. Maybe the high side wasn't the right one there for the choose as they come down the front straightaway. Hunter Smith now up in your 3rd spot. Through 1 and 2 they will go. Walt, Watts, Smith, now Conselman. Here comes Brendan Nordike. He wants a slice of the pie as well. Down the back straightaway they go, off into 3 and 4. Hunter Smith, Danny Conselman, they'll duke it out side by side. A couple Colorado drivers here for your 3rd and 4th spot. Off into 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Smith, Conselman, 3rd, 4th, 5th is Jeff Hunter, defending champion here at the Sunflower Classic. Back behind them, it's Brendan Nordike. Adam Weber and Ryan Kirchhoff, that group of three, in and out. Again, everybody trying to find a piece of traction up around the outside of the speedway. Here's where just past halfway, come to get lap number 11. 9 more to go. Walt, Watts, Smith, then Consulate, and Hunter now back up into the top 5. 3 wide for 1 and 2. Down around the bottom is Adam Weber, Jeff Hunter, Danny Consulate. Slow down the back straightaway. Consulate might have a problem. He's off the pace just a little bit. There we go, 3 wide again. Ryan Kirchhoff, he'll throw the slider on Nordike and Consulate. Down the front stretch they go. Danny Consulate again, slow. Along with the Ford finishing. Battling for 3rd. Now going to fall all the way back to your 8th spot. Your race leader through 1 and 2. That's the 14W Blake Wall. 77W Tyler Ross, the 01 of Hunter Smith. But it's going to be the battle back here for 4th and 5th between Jeff Hunter and Adam Weber. Closest battle out on the track up here in the top 5 is Consulate, still slow down the back straight. He'll go a lap down now. Looks like he's finally going to just pull his car off the racetrack. Blaine Walter, race leader, starting to get into some lap traffic now. He'll go battle with the 99 of Jeff Ray. Get him a lap down. Next car to go a lap down is going to be Lloyd Stover, and that's 4 cars battling for position. As you've got Stover, Jack Kirchhoff, Lance Yoxmer, and Dalton Bell. All battling up there. Not far ahead of them is lane 1. So some heavy lap traffic starting to form here for your race leaders. Still looking at this battle back here between Jeff Hunter and Adam Weber. Hunter's got the 4th spot. Weber has worked his way up from 14th into the 5th position. So a good run here for Adam. So he'll go down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. Adam Weber so far is the big mover. He got 3 of them. Weber, Dalton Bell, and Jack Kirchhoff all up 9 spots from their original starting position. White flag. Come out here in another lap. Down the back straightaway. Some heavier lap traffic now for Walt. Off into 3 and 4. Kirchhoff's going to go to the top shelf. Walt going to go around the bottom. White flag one more time around for the 14W Blaine Walt. 1 more lap to go. Walt there. It is a 3.7-second lead back to Tyler Watts as they head down the back straightaway. Checkered flag, Blaine Walt. He'll pick up the victory night number 1. Tyler Watts. Close call there with lap traffic. He'll scoot on by and finish in your 2nd spot. Hunter Smith, Jeff Hunter, and the 3 of Adam Weber, your top 5. 14W Blaine Walt, the 77W Tyler Watts, the 01S Hunter Smith, 21H of Jeff Hunter, and the 3 Adam Weber, your top 5 here for your Sport Mods. Proud, some of the best drivers in the IMCA, your 20-lap stock car main event. Drivers make their way off into 3 and 4. Race fans, it is showtime! Down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2. Look at the field scatter. Got top, middle, bottom. Here comes Taylor Burkhart. Down the back straightaway, Tate's going to now move up in your 3rd spot. Going to put the pressure on Tristan Grape in that 2nd position. 3 wide back behind him as they all slice their way down the front straightaway. Jason Rogers, he'll lead lap number 1. one. Off into 1 and 2 they will go. Rogers, oh, there goes Tristan Grape. He'll submarine up off the top. He'll spin around. That's going to bring out a caution flag. Grape's still going to set up there up off the top of 1 and 2. Grape still up the top, off the backside, and there's the caution light's going to come on out. "19 laps to go once we get the green flag out of turn at number 4. Rogers going to pick the field up here. Down the front stretch they go. Off into 1 and 2. See where everybody scatters on out. It's going to be side by side as Yutterman. Oh, he's got to stab the brake a couple times. He'll slide up the racetrack. That's not going to be very helpful for him. He'll get eaten up by the pack. So here comes Troy Burkhart. Troy slides it on up there as here comes the Gentle Giant. Down the front straightaway. 25X looking to break his way up into the top 4. He's got that 5th spot. Quinn Yutterman up there. He'll slide it up across the nose of the 13. 3 wide as here comes Mike Nichols. Now they're going to go 4 wide down the back straightaway. It's going to get a little tight off into 3 and 4. Tyler Fry, Mike Nichols, and up top is Johnny Yutterman. Quinn Yutterman there as well. They all file down the front straightaway. Oh, Tyler Fry's got a problem. He'll stack up the field, trying to get everybody waved off and trying to pull maybe into the infield. Oh, Troy Burkhart now with a problem there as they head down the back straightaway. He'll go slow. Drivers make their way around everybody. Off into 1 and 2. Rogers, Burkhart, Peter Silly. It's going to be Holzmeister and Kyle Pfeiffer. Go off into 3 and 4. Troy Burkhart still not with the power. He'll slowly coast, trying to make it into the pits. Battle for the race lead, though. Taylor Burkhart, the defending champion of the Sunflower Classic. Oh, there's going to go the power plant on Colby Stegman. He'll blow it off into 1 and 2. Slowly make his way down the back straightaway. So a lot of calamity here for your stock cars as we stay green for now. Side-by-side battle up front. Down the back stretch they go. Tate to the inside. Jason Rogers up top. Off into 3 and 4. Again, Tate defending champion. Rogers trying to get back to victory lane. As they come across the start-finish line into 1 and 2. Looks like, I think caution going to come on out. Yes, it will. The 19K, Colby Stegman, could not quite get all the way to the pits. As again, the power plant on the 19K going to expire through 1 and 2. Made it all the way to the pit exit over there in turn number 3 before the car just going to finally come to a stop. That's going to stack everybody back up to the bumper of the 37 of Rogers. 25P, Mike Petersilly inside of that first full row. The 54P, Kyle Pfeiffer. In the 63, Mike Nichols. Your top 5 drivers ready to go. 13 laps remaining. Down the front straightaway they go. Tate trying to get a good launch on that top shelf. He'll go into the middle, looking 3 wide battle for the race lead. Petersilly on the bottom, Tate through the middle, Rogers up top, down the back stretch they run. Off into 3 and 4. Cream rises to the top, 3 wide. Here comes Mike Nichols. Little bit of contact there with Taylor Burkhart. Down the front straightaway they go. Nichols up top. He'll now crack into the top 3. Petersilly back to 4th. Pfeiffer in tow. Down the back stretch they run. Burkhart's getting away. Tate going to try to set the sights back on the driver of the 37, Jason Rogers, your race leader. They come across the start-finish line. Rogers, Burkhart, Nichols, then side by side with Pfeiffer and Petersilly. Down the back stretch they go. 3 wide momentarily for your 3rd spot. Here comes Kyle Pfeiffer. Gus has got a good run down the back straightaway. He's got clear of the 25P of Petersilly. Top 2 gonna rip the lip. Next 3 down around the tires. Cross flags halfway home for Jason Rogers as he'll storm through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. They will go. Rogers, Burkhart, Nichols, Pfeiffer, the top 5, all right there. Down the front stretch they go. Into 1 and 2. 3 different lines. You got Rogers up top, Burkhart through the middle. Nichols going to catfish the tires. That's how they went through 1 and 2. We'll see how 3 and 4 goes. Kind of similar. Here comes Gus trying to storm the 3rd spot. Down the front straightaway they go. Into 1 and 2. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. Down the back straightaway they will run. Burkhart down around the bottom. Laps winding down. Down the front straightaway. Still Rogers, Burkhart, Nichols, and Pfeiffer. Top 5, you can cram them in a shoebox. Nose to tail, down the back straightaway they go. Off through 3 and 4. Top 2 again going to run upstairs. You've got Nichols and Pfeiffer down around the tires. Everybody's got a line that works for them. We're just going to see where it plays out here. Rogers started from the pole. Tate started in your 4th spot. Mike Nichols 9th and Kyle Pfeiffer 11th. Slide job and new race leader. Tate to the top spot. 3 wide as here comes Nichols. Crossover by Rogers. Now Rogers going to go to the top shelf one more time in 1 and 2. Down the back stretch they go. Tate then Burkhart in command, and he'll pull away by 2. Off into 3 and 4 they go. Coming again. 4 more laps to go. 4-car battle for the race lead. Down the front straightaway. Burkhart, Rogers, Nichols, and Pfeiffer. Here comes Mike Nichols. Can't quite get to the bumper through 1 and 2. He's side by side with Rogers. And now Mike Nichols. He'll move up into 2nd. Rogers going to go back to 3rd. Tate through the middle, keeping that bottom open as they come down the front straightaway. 3 to go. 2-car length lead for the 250 of Burkhart. That time by Mike Nichols, the fastest car out on the track, a 20.59. Down the back straightaway. Laps winding down. Tate's got a nice little cushion. It's 2-car lengths. Back to the 3 drivers stacked up from 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Pfeiffer now going to make his way into the 3rd spot. Here comes Nichols. He'll try to get to the back bumper. He'll look to the inside. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. White flag. 1 more lap to go out of turn number 4. Cross the line they go. Final time here for the stock cars, night number 1 of the Sunflower Classic. Nichols to the inside, looking for win number 10 of the Classic. Down the back straightaway, off into 3 and 4. New race leader, the 63 of Nichols. Tate's going to stab the brake. He'll go for the crossover, but Mike Nichols last lap pass to get the victory on night number 1. .250, Tate and Burkhart just coming up 1 spot shy as Mike Nichols. The last lap pass to get his 10th win in the Sunflower Classic. Tate and Burkhart 2nd. That'll be Kyle Pfeiffer, Jason Rogers, and Mike Petersilly, the top 5. Looks like lights are going to go out this time by, so stand up, give them a hoot, give them a holler. Your IMCA hobby stock's going to get set to go here tonight. 20 times around the legendary RPM Speedway. Driver's going to reach up, pull the belts tight 1 more time. Green flag will fly. Down the front straightaway they go, off into 1 and 2, 3 wide back in the back as here comes Dylan Bell. Cody Williams going to get a little rough up there with a couple drivers there. There's a lot of contact through 1 and 2. Down the back stretch they go. Zach Olmstead, Morgan Olmstead, Cody Williams, the top 3 as they come out of 4. Down the front stretch they go. Bell and the 24 machine of Richards side by side back for your third and fourth spot. For your fourth and fifth spot, I should say. Caution flag going to come on out. So car up here in the top of turn number 1. It looks like that's going to be Andrew Berg in the 78B machine. Trying to play a little Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 with the rim on the outside. Green flags up in the air down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2, and around goes the 24R of Dylan Richards. Up and over he goes, and red flag going to be out on the speedway. (24R) Dylan Richards getting spun there from the fourth spot. Not quite sure what happened, but got spun and the car just dug in, and up and over he goes. Look here at the IMCAtv replay as drivers just getting to the green flag here, kind of stacking on up. Richards getting spun there, and then the car just routine spin, and this just digs in, goes up and over a couple times, and nice little soft roll onto the lid there. As Richards said, losing power as they came to the green flag. Lights are out, 19 to go. Again, Morgan Olmsted in that second spot. Once again, chooses the top shelf. Cody Williams down below. Zach Olmsted gonna bring him back on that skinny pedal down the front straightaway off into 1 and 2. Williams and Morgan gonna go side by side. Dylan Bell, Tyler Thompson back there fourth and fifth. Oh, a little squirrely there for Billy McBride. He'll get it all gathered back up. Down the back straightaway they run through 3 and 4. Cody Williams going to move up into second. Morgan Olmsted back to third. The 10 of Cole Pfeiffer going to have some problems to pull his car into the infield. Down the front stretch they go. Zach Olmsted, Cody Williams, Morgan Olmsted, Tyler Thompson, and Dylan Thompson. The top 5 that go through 1 and 2. Back behind Dylan, it's going to be the 78B of Andrew Berg, then Trevor Schmidt, Tyler Heath, Braden Hurley, the top 10. Cody Williams, though, looking now to the inside, or at least took a shot through 3 and 4. Cody's been off to a fantastic start to the 2024 racing season. Picked up some IMCA victories down in Arizona earlier in the year. Now looking for one here in Kansas as he'll get to the inside of Zach. Slides on up, down the front straightaway they go, off into 1 and 2. Williams in the middle of an Olmsted sandwich. Zach up front. Younger brother Morgan back in that third spot as they head down the back straightaway. Lightning about to strike here on Zach Olmsted as they'll get a little bit too close for comfort down there in 3 and 4. Down the front stretch, off into turn 1 they go. Williams trying to get even. Can he get it off of turn number 2? Yes, he will, and they'll drag it down the back straightaway. Off into 3 and 4. Cody to the bottom. Zach through the middle. Morgan maybe trying to take him 3 wide top. Now he'll turn it to the bottom. Down the front straightaway they go. Off into 1 and 2. 3-car battle for the race lead, and here comes Morgan Olmsted. He'll step it back up to the top shelf. Down the back straightaway. Zach Olmsted, Cody Williams, Morgan Olmsted. Down the front straightaway, little bit of contact, and Cody Williams down to the top spot. 77 to the front, 3 wide. Williams on the bottom, Zach Olmsted in the middle. Here comes Morgan up top. Down the back straightaway they go. Cody now to the top spot. The Olmsteds can duke it out here for your second and third spot. Zach down around the bottom. Morgan to the back bumper of the 77. And here comes Morgan Olmsted with a full head of steam. He'll go to the top shelf in 1 and 2. Trying to get clear of Zach. Yes, he will down the back straightaway. Cody Williams, Morgan Olmsted, Zach Olmsted, Tyler Thompson, Dylan Thompson, Andrew Berg lurking and waiting there in the 6th spot. Down the front straightaway. Top 3 will go off into 1 and 2. Cross flags in the air, and it is a great battle here for the hobby stocks. Morgan looking to the inside, trying to get a nose to the back bumper of Cody Williams. Off into 3. Now Morgan's going to try that top shelf, trying to get it to turn to the bottom. Williams going to slide up off at a corner exit. Front straightaway they go off into 1 and 2. Top 2 going to go to the outside line. Here comes Morgan. He'll pull to the inside, side by side down the back straightaway. New race leader, Olmsted to the point this time. It's Morgan Olmsted, the 88, your new race leader out of turn number 4. They work Williams though with the crossover. Back to the inside, and Morgan Olmsted at the line, your race leader. Off through 1 and 2. Cody Williams now back to the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side, out the back straightaway. Williams on the bottom, Morgan up top. Morgan's going to hit with the crossover. He'll turn it down across, and he'll keep the lead this time at the line. Here comes Cody Williams. It's his turn to try the bottom shelf. Slides up the racetrack just a bit. Zach Olmsted loving this, and he's got a great launch out of 2. Zach now back to the back bumper of Cody Williams. Morgan, your race leader. Williams in 2nd. Zach Olmsted down the front straightaway. Little bit of contact there. Hobby Stocks putting on probably the best race of the night. Down the back straightaway, side by side. Here comes Cody Williams once again. Looking to the inside. Morgan up top, Cody on the bottom. Here comes brother Zach. He'll make it 3 wide out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway, Olmsted, Williams, Olmsted 3 wide off into 1 and 2. Great racing action. Bad news, they're going to come up on some lap traffic. 3-car battle down the back straightaway. A full straightaway ahead of Dylan Thompson in your 4th spot. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Great racing action. Morgan Olmsted, your race leader. Cody Williams trying to do all he can on the bottom of the racetrack. Zach Olmsted might play spoiler in this one. Oh, Cody's going to move Morgan up off the line. 3 wide at the line. Cody Williams back to the top spot. Zach Olmsted, though, he'll maybe try the slider, get the daily double. Can't quite do it off of 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh, Zach got loose. That's going to hurt both the Olmsteds as Cody. Oh, here comes the thunder move. Slide job on Cody. Contact, and around goes Cody Williams. Caution flag going to come on out. Zach Olmsted went for the slider right as Cody was turning down the bottom of the racetrack. Williams going to get the tough in on that one as he'll spin to the top shelf. So here we look at the replay on IMCAtv. Here comes Zach Olmsted. He's going to just drive it in there. Try that RTJ slider right there as Williams turning down to try to make his corner. Making contact, and Cody going to spin to the top of turn number 4. But again, 98Z Zach Olmsted going to be charged with the caution. He will go to the tail end of the field. Cody Williams going to regain the race lead here with 3 laps to go. Drivers ready to go. 3 more laps to go for your hobby stock main event. Cody Williams going to bring him back at the cone. Down the front straightaway they go. Williams gets a great jump. He'll take the field to the middle of 1 and 2. Dylan Thompson down around the bottom. Going to hang tough on Morgan. Morgan might have used up a lot of his equipment there in that 3-car battle for 10 laps. It's Cody Williams going to start to scoot away. This time it'll be 2 more times around. Down the front straightaway they go. Morgan trying to put together a nice couple set of corners to get to the back bumper of Lightning McQueen up there. Williams leads now by, Morgan's going to dip it off the back straightaway, and that's going to give second to Dylan Thompson. White flag, one more lap to go, and Cody Williams looking to get night number one here from IQ Sunflower Classic. Oh, and Thompson's going to go around, up and over. Dylan Thompson goes. Dylan Thompson, Morgan Olmstead get together. Thompson going to go, he'll dig in, hit the tire there, and up and over he goes. A couple other drivers scattering around there as well. So one lap shootout, green and white together. Cody Williams, 3/8 of a mile to try to hold on to this one. Night number one, back underway. Down the front stretch they go, off into 1 and 2. There comes Tyler Heath. The hatchback brigade gonna row 1, 2. There goes the 420. Down the back stretch they go. Williams, a couple cars gonna get together. Berg going to try to slip slide off the back. Cody Williams, though, he'll hang on. He'll take the checkered flag. Night number one. Tyler Heath, Andrew Berg. Tyler Thompson going to get Andrew Berg at the line. So Thompson third, Berg fourth. Jonathan Saliba, the top 5. And that's going to wrap up your hobby stocks. Row at number 4, the 08 Dakota Sproul, and the Money Man, the 7 Clay Money. 17J of Jumpin' Jeremy Frenier, the 85C of Clay Seller, the Buckland Bomber. That's row number 5. Row at 6, Jace Witt from Hamilton, Missouri, the 26J, and the 10G of Don Geist. Chad Sterling, the 183 inside of row number 7. Dynamite Dylan Sherfick in the 66D to his outside. Row 8, Jim Beeman in the 69 out of Fort Morgan, Colorado, the 3J of Jake Nightingale. Race fans, final time tonight. Up on your feet, leave your seat, get loud and proud. Some of the fastest drivers in the IMCA. Your modified main event 20 times around the legendary RPM Speedway. 9D Dalton Murphy, the 20 of Brandon Clough, 30 Gary Bradford in the 11W Tim Watts. Your 20 car field. Off into 3 and 4 race fans. It's time to get up on the loud pedal. Green flag up atop the stand. Down the front straightaway they go with Eddie Bellick. He'll take a 5-car length lead off into 1 and 2. Down the back stretch they will go. Bellick, your race leader. Daniel Gottschalk up into that third or that second spot. Trevor Geist holding on to third. Maybe not for long, as here comes Greg Gustus. Gustus will slide it across the nose, off into 1 and 2, down the back stretch. Everybody going to try to run over the tire down there at the bottom of turn number 1 as they head down the back straightaway. 3 wide deep in your field as battle really getting on here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Across the line they go. Let Trevor Geist, Brett Berry, Dakota Sproul slice it up. Play Money not far behind. Dylan Sherfick, Jeremy Frenier, Tony Acherno. It's up front though. Here comes the 3D of Daniel Gottschalk. He is reeled in your race leader, Eddie Bellick. They'll go side by side. Gottschalk going to get a little upset there at the bottom of turn number 1. Down the back straightaway they go, off into 3 and 4. Eddie Bellick, your race leader. Here comes Daniel Gottschalk. He's got a nose. He'll stab the brake pedal. Down the front stretch they go. Gottschalk had a nose to the inside. Both drivers, though, trying to fight for the bottom. Bellick, Gottschalk, down the back straightaway. Your top 2 separated by 2 seconds. Back to Gustus and Berry. 3rd and 4th. Then 5th will be the 08 of Dakota Sproul now as he'll get around Geist. And here comes Sherman. He'll wind it up that top shelf, trying to get a good run down the front straightaway. Race lead. Flip-flopping lanes, though. Bellick to the bottom. That time of Gottschalk wound it up to the top shelf. Here comes Brent Berry, 4th, 3rd, trying to get to the inside of Gustus. He's got it there. Great battle all around the racetrack for the top spot. Bellick on the bottom. Oh, Bellick slides up the track, and here comes Gottschalk. Crossover, new race leader. Daniel Gottschalk to the point. Here comes Eddie Bellick. We'll see if he can get it rolling on the bottom. Daniel Gottschalk, he will cement the race leaders. He'll come across to lead the lap. Eddie Bellick back into his second spot. Then it's going to be Greg Gustus. Brett Berry still trying to work him over there for your third spot. And Dakota Sproul, that 08 machine. Down the back stretch, your top five. Moving around the racetrack. Lap traffic might be a problem here for your race leaders. Gary Bradford going to be the first car in line, and then it's going to be Dalton Murphy. And after Dalton, it is going to be four cars battling up here. You've got Watts, Sterling, Beeman, and Clough. It's action all around the 3/8 mile. Race leader just now starting to get into lap traffic here. Gottschalk slides it up on Bradford. Crossed flags, we're halfway home. High up on the race lead is Gottschalk pulling away this time now. The gap, 1.5 seconds, but he's working heavy lap traffic. Looking at Brent Berry there, still not going to give up, trying to take third away from Greg Gustus. He's been glued to the quarter panel all race long. Down the front straightaway off through 1 and 2. Back on those two, it's going to be Dakota Sproul, then Dylan Sherford playing money. They'll go side by side back there for 6th and 7th. They head down the back straightaway off through 3 and 4. Money wheeling and dealing down around the tires. Sherfick trying to get it done up top. Sherfick started 14th up to, only was 6th, now going to fall back to 7th. Money started 8th, holding down in the 6th position, so Sherfick's got some power. Trying to get around the 7 machine through 3 and 4. Race leader, Elvin Gottschalk working now the heavy lap traffic. He's got 5 cars battling in front of him, just slicing nice through the field. Brett Berry. Berry's going to win that battle now. He'll finally move into the third spot. There's your race leader across the line through 1 and 2. Going to maybe go 3 wide with lap traffic, but no. Sterling and Watson in a single file battle down the back straightaway. Daniel Gottschalk doing a great job here, trying to scroll through our, I don't think Gottschalk has ever been to victory lane here in the Sunflower Classic. Gottschalk looking for his first MyQ Sunflower Classic victory, doing a great job here. He's only got to hold on for 4 more laps, but the lap traffic will start to clear up for your race leader. Down the back straightaway, he'll get around Don Geis. Now it's going to be Brandon Clough, the next car in line for your race leader. Lawless lap traffic didn't slow him down 1 bit as it's 2-second lead over Eddie Bellick. Bellick's now got to slice his way through the cars as well. Brett Berry in your third spot. He's just starting to hit lap traffic. Gustus now. It's the battle for your fourth spot as it's Gustus Sproul. Money not far behind. Down the back straightaway they go through 3 and 4 up the track. Gustus trying to hold on. Sproul and Money trying to run him down. White flag, 1 more lap to go for the 3D of Daniel Gottschalk. He'll come across the start-finish line. Again, like I said, looking for his first feature win at the MyQ Sunflower Classic. Down the back straightaway they go off into 3 and 4. Lap traffic ahead should be nice, smooth sailing. Checkered flag, Daniel Gottschalk, tonight's modified feature winner. The 3D Daniel Gottschalk picking up his first Sunflower Classic feature win. The 3B of Eddie Bellick, the 09B of Brett the Threat Berry, the 14G Greg Gustus, and the 08 Dakota Sproul, your top 5. Race fans, it's been a fantastic night of IMCA racing through each one of our 5 classes. And guess what? Tomorrow night we get to do it all again. Night number 2 of the Mike Hughes Sunflower Classic.